A $200 million movie, built to profit beyond the box office. Most people still cling to the idea that movies rake in their profits solely from the box office frenzy. But in truth, the real profit engine hums quietly in the long tail, through strategic windowing, licensing deals, advertising revenue, data analytics, and production incentives. In the post-pandemic era, theaters have slimmed down to focus on high-impact events, streaming platforms are evolving into mature businesses, advertisers are flooding back with bigger budgets, and AI is streamlining workflows without overshadowing human creativity. View the cinema industry not as a high-stakes weekend gamble, but as a sophisticated multi-year balance sheet, where every release is engineered for sustained returns across diverse revenue streams. 1. 2 tracks, 1 P&L, theatrical versus streaming. The global box office staged a partial recovery, hitting about $30 billion in 2024 according to Gower Street Analytics, down slightly from 2023's $33.9 billion but signaling resilience amid economic headwinds. In the US and Canada, the market closed at around $8.56 billion in 2024, buoyed by a handful of mega hits like Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine, yet punctuated by extended dry spells between releases. Meanwhile, streaming giants continue to churn out predictable cash flows. Netflix, for instance, crossed the 300 million paid subscriber milestone by the end of 2024, adding nearly 19 million in the final quarter alone, as reported in its earnings. This subscriber base not only fuels recurring revenue but also enables massive content investments, projected to reach $18 billion in cash for Netflix in 2025. The key takeaway? Theaters excel at creating scarcity, buzz, and cultural moments that drive word-of-mouth amplification, while streaming capitalizes on the long tail by monetizing content indefinitely. The standard 45-day theatrical window acts as a clever funnel, channeling opening weekend heat into premium video on demand, PVOD, subscription video on demand, SVOD, and ad-supported video on demand, AVOD, phases. As we move into 2025, this dual-track model is evolving further, with hybrids like day and date releases for select titles testing the boundaries between exclusivity and accessibility, ensuring studios maximize both immediate impact and evergreen earnings. 2. The recoup math. Production is half the story, P&A is the other half. For wide theatrical releases, prints and advertising, P&A, costs often match or exceed 50% of the production budget, sometimes ballooning even higher for franchise tentpoles. Consider a $40 million production paired with $20 million in P&A. It might seem safe once worldwide grosses hit $100 million, but after exhibitor splits, typically 50-60%, talent participations, and overhead, the true break-even point hinges on tail revenues from ancillary markets. The point is clear. Opening weekends are crucial for building momentum and optimizing marketing spend, but genuine profitability unfolds in the multi-window tail. Studios now employ advanced analytics to forecast these cascades, factoring in everything from digital piracy risks to regional audience behaviors. In 2025, with rising interest rates squeezing financing, this math demands even sharper precision. Producers are leaning on data-driven models to simulate scenarios, ensuring that even mid-budget films recoup through diversified streams rather than relying on blockbuster luck. 3. The new tail. PVOD, SVOD, and the ad comeback. The traditional revenue ladder, once dominated by DVD sales and pay TV deals, has transformed into a dynamic sequence of PVOD for early premium access, SVOD for subscriber retention, AVOD, FAST channels for free ad-supported viewing, and lingering linear TV rights. Advertisers have eagerly migrated to connected TV, CTV, where US ad spend surged to over $30 billion in 2024 and is forecasted to hit $33.35 billion in 2025, per eMarketer projections, driven by platforms like Amazon Prime Video making ads the default tier while upselling ad-free options. YouTube, meanwhile, frequently tops Nielsen's TV screen watch time charts, underscoring how ad dollars follow viewer attention. The effect? Rights management teams no longer fixate on a single release date. They architect a profit curve tailored to each title's profile. For example, a family animated film might prioritize PVOD during holidays for quick cash, then pivot to SVOD for family subscriptions, and finally thrive on AVOD for catalog longevity. As AI tools enhance personalization in 2025, expect even more targeted ad insertions, boosting yields from the tail and turning once dormant libraries into perpetual revenue machines. 4. Eventizing the cinema. Charging for, you had to be there. Audiences are increasingly willing to shell out for immersive, premium experiences. Think IMAX screenings, premium large format, PLF, setups, concert films like Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour, anime exclusives, or fan-driven events. IMAX alone notched $1.06 billion in global box office in 2023, its second highest year, and continued strong momentum into 2024 with hits like Oppenheimer, setting the stage for a projected record $1.2 billion in 2025. This shift reframes the conversation from, "Did you see it?" to, "Did you see it there?" elevating theaters as event venues rather than commodity screens. In a fragmented media landscape, these experiences amplify social sharing and extend cultural relevance, justifying higher ticket prices, often $20 plus for IMAX, and boosting average revenue per user, ARPU. Looking ahead, innovations like interactive screenings or AR-enhanced events could further premiumize the model, ensuring theaters remain vital even as home viewing options proliferate. 5. Financing and risk. Pre-sales, bonds, and incentives. Box office receipts are just one layer in a complex funding stack. Producers mitigate risks through international pre-sales, locking in minimum guarantees, gap loans backed by those contracts, completion bonds for on-time delivery, and transferable tax credits that can shave 20–40% off costs. UK. The Audio-Visual Expenditure Credit, AVEC, offers a 34% rebate on qualifying spend for film and high-end TV, rising to 39% for VFX, with cap relief enhancements starting in 2025. Georgia, US. A base 20% credit plus a 10% uplift for featuring the state's peach logo, totaling up to 30%. Modeling these incentives requires agility, as regions tweak rules amid budget pressures. California and New York, for instance, are expanding their programs to compete. In practice, a savvy producer might shoot principal photography in Georgia for the credits, handle VFX in the UK, and pre-sell to European distributors, creating a cash waterfall that de-risks the project before cameras roll. 6. Globalization 2.0. Local hits, global IP. Non-English content has shattered barriers, becoming a mainstream force. India's booming market, fueled by digital platforms, is exporting hits like RRR while scaling domestic production. Korean content, from K-dramas to films like Parasite, expands licensing empires worldwide. The strategy? Embed multi-language versioning and cultural adaptability at the script phase, fostering franchises that cross borders bi-directionally. Hollywood remakes Asian IPs, and vice versa. In 2025, with streaming algorithms prioritizing diverse recommendations, expect more co-productions, like Netflix's investments in Nollywood or Bollywood originals, turning local stories into global earners and diversifying revenue against regional slumps. 5 takeaways for viewers. 1. Box office headlines does not equal profitability. Track windows and tail revenues, not just weekends. 2. Ads are backed by design. US CTV budgets swelled to $30 plus billion in 2024, heading to $33 billion in 2025. Prime Video defaults to ads, YouTube leads TV time. 3. Theaters are premium channels, not defaults. IMAX, PLF and events hike ARPU and buzz. 4. Maps follow incentives. UK, US credits and audits dictate crew, VFX, and post locations, HMRC, BFI. 5. Global is the growth engine. India and K content exemplify local to export IP success. Movies have evolved beyond one-shot sales into meticulously engineered tales of rights, windows, ads, incentives, and data. If the 20th century studio system thrived on theaters and blockbusters, the next era will be defined by data-driven decisions, incentive optimization, and event-driven experiences. Stay curious, stay sharp.